My name is Tanya Kareem, and this is this week's Acumen Media Report. It's entitled, Zuma Rules. Welcome to South Africa's Groundhog Day. How am I going to tell you that our top story is Zuma this week? It's been decades, literally decades of dominating headlines, and Zuma just won't let up.
Zuma must fall. Zuma must fall. Zuma.
500,000 engagements in less than 7 days. He's back. He says he never finished his second term and that he wants another shot. I remember every word I wrote about this man, but Jacob has a different set of memories. I suppose that happens when you reach the ripe age of 82. Who does this clown think he is? Biden? Decades of decay. I will admit there's a small bit of me that missed him. He's been the most entertaining narrative this week, and deep, very deep down, I miss these crazy stories. This week alone, he was told that Billy Downer will be the prosecution in the arms deal case. It must be the 11th time we've told him this, but he's 82 and he thinks this country still belongs to him. He forgot he was in SA2 because 2 terms are enough for any man, and criminal records stop you running for elections and president. That's how it works, hey? I haven't lost the plot, right? Well, I didn't think so until I read the headlines. First of all, the MK party is allowed to contest elections even though their paperwork was shoddy and they stole a name. Start as you mean to go on, I suppose, right? Then we were also told that Zuma himself can run for president. Yes, you heard me. The next thing, Obama was outside the courts dancing and laughing like a geriatric hyena. Behind him, in camera shot, was Dali the filibuster Mpofu. And this story made my week. Dali was cackling. He was cracking up at Zuma's jokes about how Obama didn't steal a pin, but Ramaphosa stuffs money in his furniture. He was doubled over with laughter when Zuma said that he was sick and they still dragged him to the courts and put him in jail for nothing, while our incumbent president is selling buffaloes. Dali was having a jaw, China. I was more entertained at how much Dali was entertained than Dali himself was entertained. He has no allegiance to his own political party, the EFF. Wait, he is with the EFF, isn't he? Well, actually, I'm not even sure anymore. He seems to just go where the run-dollars are. I digress, though. So Zuma's dancing and Dali is entertained, and then Dali gets a phone call. The next thing, and Puff is tight-lipped. Now, when I say tight-lipped, imagine Dali literally sucking in his lips. They disappeared into his mouth, and slowly, but definitely surely, he moved out of the video shot. I wonder who was on the phone, guys. Did you call in? Back to Zooms. He lost the arms deal, the tedious 20-year-old Stalingrad tactical battle that the very long, bendy arm of the law told him again that Downer would stand as prosecution. However, Zuma had a massive set of wins this week. MK Party will be on the ballot papers and Zuma may actually appear as their avatar. Perish the thought. After his reign of decay, we are literally back to where we started. Groundhog Day, decades of decay. How did the Electoral Court make that decision? Even the IEC are asking Mara why. My thoughts on this whole panorama is that the whole thing is rigged. Guys, imagine the courts decided against Zuma and MK. July's insurrection will become 2024's Armageddon. So we let this oak back in the door and now we rely on civil society to check for rigging. Zuma also laid claim to our dead president, Mandela. Madiba was MK's and Hani was ANC's. Bodies to step over in election banter. Imagine, Hani and Mandela turning in their graves. Zuma also issued a reshuffle. I told you I missed this guy. Reshuffles were done at midnight and only for a weekend. I feel 82 myself after writing this rhetoric. I honestly don't know where Zuma gets the energy from. Money must be a really great motivator for him, I suppose. So the short story is, Zuma lost the bid to remove Downer, has had his case postponed to privately prosecute Ramaphosa, won the case of MK on the ballot, and won the case that he can be allowed to run for election. In the words of my therapist, how does that make you feel? Crash, zoom, boom. Can we talk about the weather instead? Oh, wait, that's another hectic story as Cape of Storms lives up to its name. Vehicles were being blown off the highway, roofs were flying off in the air, and some really dim-witted people were taking TikToks while hanging onto trees for a little wind surfing. The Cape has been in the spotlight all week, not just because of the weather, but certainly because of the DA. Wow. Just wow. Jumping John was hopping mad. He said that political parties should not contend in the Western Cape.
Why are they coming to the Western Cape? Why are they coming here to try and unseat the only government that created 300,000 jobs last year?
Why are they coming to the Western Cape, he said. If they get that right, it's going to be the biggest bank heist you've ever seen. What are you saying, John? Are you a dictator now? He took shots at Rise Mzansi, which backfired as Rise Mzansi trended for days, as Songezo Zibi pushed back with a message that must have really touched John on his studio. Zibi said JJ was slipping back into the old National Party narrative of the Swat Khafar, and that it's time to take this outside. In the same week, though, Rise said it couldn't go into Mitchell's claim because of bad weather. What they meant was gangsters. Here's the thing. If you can't go into the ghetto, how will you ever fix the problem? No one, not even Becky himself, can enter the gangster's lair. You'll be happy to know that Becky is out canvassing too. He was sighted in Marion Hill, peering through windows of a crime scene, donning a rose gold hat. But back to the DA. John swallowed words when he said the DA were not averse to coalitions with the ANC. This was a slap in the face after all the moonshot packedness. And then, according to a company called Bold, the DA are winning on social media. Who is bold enough to make a statement like that? The DA are certainly not winning on social media. Ask a true media monitor, not some agency you paid to manipulate statistics. Helen Zille was calling for more international voting stations. Why? Why are South Africans that have immigrated allowed to make decisions about our country? They left. So go. That's it. You don't get to make a mark unless you're traveling on some great adventure. So sorry, expats, but John, Valley Gates. I'm Tom de Curry. Thank you for scratching the surface of a mental week in the media. Gone diving. Fish don't talk about politics.